Hey guys, hi, how are you? Welcome to another episode. Today's video is going to be called What Would I Do If I Had to Start from Zero All Over Again? I would for sure, I would look for a problem. I would look for a solution that's already been implemented, and then I'll see if I can just continue replicating the solution and see if I could do it faster so that I can make more than whatever business is already doing it. So a business I didn't mention, once I came out of prison, God gave me the beautiful ability to learn how to become a middleman. I started working for this company named Half Price Tours. And working with this company named Half Price Tours, I learned the beauty of becoming a middleman and making profit without having to own the asset or own the entity or own the business. Working for Half Price Tours, you're practically the middleman between maybe 50, maybe 100 companies. So you're the middleman between a yacht brokeraging agency. You're the middleman between a car rental agency. You're the middleman between nightclub promotions. You're the middleman between the big red bus, between the Everglades tours, between the jet ski rentals, between yacht charters, between so many multitudes of businesses that you learn to take the juice off of the lemon and off of the orange there. You will learn to judge the criteria of what type of clientele this is. Is this an African American clientele? Is this a black clientele? Is this a Hispanic clientele? Is this an Asian American clientele? What type of language do they speak? What type of nightclub would they like? What type of money do they have? You learn very quickly to value the type of client you have in front of you, and you know how to speak to them, you know what manner to talk to them. These are very beautiful skills and very essential skills that you will need in life if you come into the area of business. In this industry of like maybe 2-3 years of my life, I learned so much about sales, about clientele, about business in general, about so much. You just learn so much. You learn so much about the culture of people. What do people like to spend on? What type of clientele likes to spend money? What type of clientele doesn't like to spend money? What are people looking for? So much. So I would go into the middleman industry. I would find a business that pays well for the netting income they make on whatever product or service they sell. And I would try to see if I can bring more product or more sales or more services to that entity. So I'll give you an example. So one thing I do very well is I do ABA marketing. So for instance, ABA therapy agencies, they are required to get clientele. So something that's helped me a lot is I usually try to connect ABA agencies to more clientele. So 9 times out of 10, they don't really know where to find clientele, or they don't really know where to make relationships so that the clientele can keep flowing in organically to their company. So my job would be, hey, let me see where can I potentially bring you an excess amount of clientele. And then my job is to figure out how much do you make for clientele? How much do you make for the service that you provide? How much do you pay your BCBA? How much do you pay your RBT? How much is it that you're profiting out of each and every one of these services? My job would be in that type of scenario would potentially be to find an excess amount of clientele and seeing if I can make a negotiation where I could potentially make a profit either residually, or if I could make an initial profit just off of every time a client comes inside and signs up for the service. That would be one way. Another way, for instance, I know a friend of mine is Quincy. Quincy owns a lot of businesses, but one of the businesses that Quincy owns a window company. So I would ask Quincy, if you don't mind disclosing, how much do you make per window? Or how much do you make profit off of every deal? What is your wholesale price and what is your netting income on per deal? Once you figure out them two categories, you potentially become the middleman in that industry. So you know already how much he's making and you know wholesaling what he's purchasing at. So your job is just to find him more deals so that you can make the middle quarter between them two edges part of the deal. Another business, for instance, John rents cars and John has an auto body shop. So you would ask John, hey John, how much do you make, or what do you pay every time I bring you a client that has been in a car accident? Or how much do you pay every time I rent our car? So what is your wholesale price on the Lamborghini Urus? What is your wholesale price on the Lamborghini Aventador? What is the wholesale price on the Porsche 911? So these are questions that you as an entrepreneur, you need to keep up in your mindset. You kind of need to keep them hidden inside your mind so that you could always know what to ask and so that you could always benefit out of any situation and any opportunity. So those are one of the things that I would do. If I could take it more deeper into a notch, I would say financial structure is very important in starting over. It doesn't matter on what level you're starting over. Let's say you're starting over and you have no money. I will potentially get a job somewhere. And then after getting a job somewhere, I will figure out a way if I can make either a side hustle working for someone on the side where I could potentially make me a buck for profit. Or maybe I wouldn't even just get a job. And since God has blessed me with this mind, I will potentially just hop on a business. Maybe not a business structure, but I'll figure out a way to bring some income, like window cleaning business. That's the easiest thing in the world. That's something God has blessed me as well too. So you could just go to Home Depot and you could potentially just buy you, I don't know, $50 or $100 worth of equipment so that you could just clean windows. And all you have to do is just the work. That's a difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person. It's just the amount of input you're putting in. That's really all it comes down to. It's really that simple to a sense. And believe me, out of 100 places that you go knock on, I highly recommend to you that not highly recommend, I am almost for sure that at least minimum 10% of the people are gonna come and they're gonna tell you yes. And not just yes, if you do a good job in your work, that's another thing. You must do a good job in what you do. If you do a good job, I am for sure that they're gonna tell you come back in 2 weeks or come back in a month. So if you do that consecutively for the next 3 months, you should have, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and you could just take Saturday and Sunday off. That's 50 clients you could potentially get in a week. 50, I don't know, that's 200 clients you get in a month. That's 2, 4, 6, that's 600 clients you get in 3 months. Yo, that is so much overload of windows to work that you're potentially gonna create a radical business for you to just now have employees. So it's really just comes down to just working, guys. It comes down to very essential list of skills that you need so that you could potentially just get out there and just do the work. But it's just go do it. I'm very excited about this topic. I'm very excited about helping others. I'm very excited about this channel and wanting to encourage people out there who want to be financially successful. I desire this for every single person, whether you're religious, whether you're not religious, every single person. If Jesus Christ does not come in the next 5, 10 years, whenever he does come, you need to face a reality. And the reality is that one day you're going to have to retire. One day you're going to get old. And that one day you're going to have to you're going to at least going to either be in need of a sufficient cash flow so that you can be retired every single month. You're going to have low expenses. You're going to have an high income from a business or from a potential job or potential investments. And that little margin that you keep is going to be your potential retirement, or you're going to have to, from young, work on a nest egg so where you can start putting a little bit at a time. So by the time you turn 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, you could potentially have a sufficient amount in there that you could withdraw maybe 4% from, and you could live happily ever after at that age. You could practically retire. So those are my 2 cents on those deals. But as far as starting from zero, guys, there's business everywhere. There is business everywhere. Look around, there's trees. If there's trees, someone planted those trees. That means there is someone with a nursery who plants those trees. How much do they get it wholesale? What is the price that they're charging to get it there? How much of work do you need to do so that you can potentially explode that business and you could potentially bring more sales either to somebody who has a nursery or you if you want to start that business. If you work in the car industry, what is the mother of cars? Usually you go to auctions. You buy a car. If you do not have a license, guess what? Find somebody with a license. Hey buddy, how much do you charge? What do you charge for a car? What do you charge for the license? How much do I have to pay you so that I can potentially buy a car and a license and an auction from you, right? So you buy the car. If the car's crashed, you take it to an auto body shop and then you fix it, negotiate with the auto body shop guy, and then you just start selling your cars. Guys, I simplify it way easier for you. It's all about just hunger. How much do you want out of life? What do you want to be? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? What is your end goal 15 years from now? Where would you like to be? And where would you like your children to see you 20, 30 years from now? Would you like 30, 40 years from now to be begging your children for money? Or you would like to be in a financial place where you could potentially be better than everyone in the family, or at least better than you were yesterday, so that you could potentially help them or at least help yourself at a very old age? If I were you and I had to start over, the baby steps that I would use is, number 1, have a little buffer between you and reality. Maybe $1,000 to $5,000 would be great. Number 2, get rid of all your bad debt and then start on good debt, or at least learn about good debt. If you read the Bible and you believe that the borrower is slave to the lender, then don't get into no debt if that's what you believe in. So, but at least get rid of your bad debt. Number 3, make sure you have at least maybe 3 to 6 months of expenses worth in some type of investment and some type of return, like gold, like silver, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but at least have available, not in dollars, because dollars are a waste of a time to practically have. The money just keeps going down. The government just keeps printing money. So that's not a good idea to keep your money in dollars. Keep it in a hard asset. So I recommend silver, or I recommend gold. Number 4, have at least some type of insurance. Have either an IUL or have you a term life insurance, one of the two. If you're looking forward to be retired, I recommend you an IUL. If you just want coverage and you're not a person who's really good at saving, I recommend you just plain old term life. And then number 5, guys, start working towards your future. Start working towards an opportunity. I have a firm goal that we do not save just for expenses, or we don't save just for 3-4 months or 6 months of netting income. We don't save for that. We save for opportunities. Guys, opportunities come to the people that have money. If you want opportunities to come and knock on your door, and believe me, they do, they come to people who have cash saved up. They come to people who manage properly their money. We're all stewards. Nothing is ours, guys. You came without nothing to this world. You're gonna leave without nothing out of this world. So nothing in this world practically belongs to you. Nothing belongs to you. We're only stewards of everything that you see and everything that you have. Nothing is yours, even if it has your name on the title or your name not on the title. So you're just a steward. So money is attracted to stewardship. If you steward correctly your money, believe me, money will grow. Money's attracted to assets. Money's attracted to management. Money's attracted to stewardship. I believe the Bible says, if you're faithful with the little, I will make a ruler of much. So if you're faithful in the season that you're in, and what I mean faithful, I mean manage well your time, manage well your body, manage well your diet, manage well your marriage, manage well your resources, manage well your opportunity, manage well your job, so that you could potentially become better. Guys, that's my video for today. I hope that you like it. God bless you. I love you, and have a good day. Stay blessed, guys. Bye-bye.